Good evening, please be seated. As communication technologies advance, I find myself struggling from time to time with vague messages or sound bites being sent, whether it be through text messages, emails, or Facebook. It seems we try to say more with less. This can sometimes leave a person receiving the message with a lack of clarity or direction as to how they should or if they should respond, and I'd like to give you the following story about my mom. My mother is rather old-fashioned, always quite delicate and elegant, especially in her language. And Mom and Dad were planning a week's vacation in Florida. So she wrote an email to the particular campground. She asking for a reservation, and she wanted to make sure the campground was fully equipped. But she didn't quite know how to ask about the toilet facilities. She just couldn't bring herself to write the word toilet in the email. So after much deliberation, she came up with the old-fashioned term, bathroom commode. But when she wrote that down, she thought she was still being too forward, so she started all over again and wrote the entire email referring to the bathroom commode as BC. Does the campground have its own BC? Well, the message received by the campground owner, and he was not old-fashioned, and when he got the email, he really couldn't figure out what my mother was talking about. That BC business really stumped him, and after worrying about it for a while, he showed the email to several campers, but no one could figure out what my mother meant. So after a very long think, the campground owner figured that my mother must be referring to the local Baptist church. And so he sat down and wrote the following reply: Dear Madam, I regret very much the delay in answering your letter, but I now take the pleasure in informing you that a BC is located 9 miles north of the campground and is capable of seating 250 people at one time. I admit it is quite a distance away if you're in the habit of going regularly, but no doubt you will be pleased to know that a great number of people take their lunches and make a day of it. It is a beautiful facility and the acoustics are marvelous. Even the normal delivery sounds can be heard quite well. The last time my wife and I went was 6 years ago, and it was so crowded we had to stand up the whole time we were there. I would like to say it pains me very much not to be able to go more regularly, but there's no lack of desire on my part. As we grow old, it seems to be more of an effort, particularly in the cold weather. However, if you decide to come to our campground, perhaps I could go with you the first time. I could sit with you and introduce you to all the other folks. This is a very friendly place. Sincerely, the campground owner. My mom and dad didn't respond, and they didn't go. Good evening. I don't know whether you did the announcement about the advisors. It's not tomorrow. It's going to take place on Thursday, so tomorrow classes begin at 8:30, just so we all know. We're all gathered here, as you know, to recognize those who achieved success in the classroom. The academic awards tonight include student achievement on the term report in March. We're going to recognize students in the following categories: those who've demonstrated significant academic improvement, students who've achieved academic honors, students who've earned a place on the Headmaster's list, and finally, students who've earned the highest average in their grade. Now, please note that we'll be awarding the Black Sweater this coming Wednesday at Assembly. At that time, we'll provide everyone with a brief history of the award and also the criteria required to earn it. This evening, we're pleased to have 2 guest speakers, Thomas Abbott and Kayla Willett, and to start the evening, I would ask Ms. Wilkinson to come to the front to introduce Mr. Thomas Abbott.
When Thomas began his academic career at Stanstead College, he was worried about the cost of his education. When he arrived home after the first day of classes in grade 8, he told his mom it was already worth it. He'd met new people, felt comfortable in the family atmosphere we found here. That was 5 years ago. He worked hard in his classes, developed solid work habits, fine-tuned his sense of humor, and was promoted to prefect in grade 11 and was chosen head prefect by his peers in grade 12. This year, he's on the Headmaster's list, taking 7 grade 12 courses instead of 5, 6 of which are at the AP level. He plays 3 varsity sports, soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, but has tried many other sports. He loves physics and math enough that he hopes to make it his path in university, and has had a major role in the school play. Overall, Thomas has taken full advantage of all our school has to offer. Please welcome one of your speakers for the evening, Head Prefect Thomas Abbott.
Thank you, Ms. Wilkinson, and also thank you, Mr. Blair, for letting me speak tonight. Well, I'd like to start off with a big thank you to the teachers, the guidance counselors, the tutors, the GAP students, all the people who have helped out with academics this term. You guys have done an amazing job, and I think we really don't realize sometimes just how helpful you guys are, but you truly are the engine that run academics at Stanstead, and second to none. So thank you. And I'd also like to congratulate all the students on an amazing term. Whether or not you made the Headmasters or the honors list, it doesn't matter to me. What I think is important is the improvement. So you could have improved grades-wise, but not necessarily. It could have been by your note-taking or your time management. It truly is the improvement that matters. So congratulations to all of you. And I like to emphasize improvement because it's something everyone can do. Like, being the best is only achievable by one person, but being better is achievable by any one person. So I really like to encourage improvement, and I've done the best I could with my experience of my time at Stanstead to try and set up a strategy of how to be not just a good student, but a pro. So, without further ado, here are the 3 S's to being a pro Stansteader. The first S, seize opportunities. At Stanstead, we're presented with many wonderful opportunities, and not just that, there's also many attainable opportunities with the resources and support we have. So you can try a new sport, a new club, a new instrument. You even have the opportunity to shove a pie in the headmaster's face, but I wouldn't suggest that one. I'm just saying opportunities there. So maybe not the last one, but my point is that we're presented with so many opportunities, and all you have to do is seize them. Try out for the sport you've never played. Who knows, you might end up at the national championships at Case. Try for the club that was considered weird at your old school, because here, being in the LGBT club is not weird, it's cool. Try the instrument that you couldn't afford when you were younger, because here, Mr. G can hook you up with whatever you need to help the jazz band in their next performance. So I tried out public speaking, and I found a passion for it, and I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't seized the opportunity. So once you seize opportunities, you're already 1/3 the way to being a pro Stansteader. The second S is study smart. Study smart. So at Stanstead, we're constantly surrounded by friends, and we often forget that our main purpose here is for academics. And with such a busy schedule, one of the most difficult arts of pro Stansteadianasia, it's a term, trust me, is to master your time management. So when that 7:25 bell rings, a pro Stansteader's not just at their desk. They're already 1 hour into their study. And trust me, it's not just about time. You must be smart with your time. Don't study one subject for 3 hours and then try and cram the other 5 into the remaining time. Budget your time, get rid of distractions, and get to work. Another huge benefit of Stanstead is the LRC program. Take advantage of it. I know there's some kids out there on heads, maybe the highest average in their grade, thinking, LRC? Nah, not for me. I'm too good for that. But the truth is, LRC is not only open to everyone, but it's beneficial to everyone. And also, many of your classmates are just as intelligent or even more intelligent than you. So never shy away from reaching out for help from some of them. So you're playing rugby for the first time, your grades are going up ever since you joined LRC. What could possibly be missing? Well, you're forgetting one of the most important parts: socialize. So at Stanstead, one of your classmates are not only bright, athletic, and talented, but they come from all over the world. And I can guarantee that each and every person here has something unique to share about their culture. It's amazing what you can learn from the people around you, especially at a place like this. And many of our students, possibly yourself included, were the top of their class at their old school. So one thing I would like you to avoid happening is getting a big fish, small pond point of view. Because if you enter a friendly school like Stanstead thinking you're the top dog or the best in the school, all you'll do is push others away and push yourself down. So it's very important to respect each individual's abilities, support others' weaknesses, and grow from their strengths. Finally, cherish the friendships you make here. I can guarantee they will last a lifetime, and it's so important to be truly grateful for the wonderful people you're surrounded by. And there you have it, the 3 S's to being a pro Stansteader. Seize opportunities, study smart, and socialize. These 3 focuses will help you improve and grow from Stanstead as much as possible. I'd like to finish with a quote from Augustus Hare. "Thought is the wind, knowledge is the sail, mankind is the vessel." Congratulations again to all the prize winners, and thank you for your time.
Well done, Thomas. Well said. We're going to move quickly into the presentation of the awards and certificates. And to begin, I would ask Ms. Nikki Campbell, please, to come forward to announce the names for the Student Improvement Certificates. It's okay. Just to make the process a little better, we have the camera set up over here. So as you're coming down, could you please come down the aisle here, receive your certificate or award here, and then go back up the other aisle. It'll keep the flow going nicely. No, you can, groups of 5. With these is fine. But for the beginning.
Good evening. The academic improvement certificates are awarded to students whose term average improves 5% from term 1 to term 2 and who have not received any unsatisfactory effort ratings. I will call you up in groups of 5. Kevin Hu, Ito Murakami, Dominique Houdon, Hide Kaga, Karen Huang. The following 6 students may come forward to accept their certificates: Julia Guo, Ariane Julien, Marie-Soleil Marquis, Kyle Morin, Elliot Poulin, and Andrew Stevens. Congratulations, everybody. I would like to invite Mr. Prévost to come forward to present the academic honors certificates.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. Academic honors certificates are awarded to students who have achieved an overall average over 80% on the term reports and have not received any unsatisfactory effort rating. So for grade 12, I would invite Ariane Julien, Djadjama, Marie-Soleil Marquis, Elliot Poulin, and Nicolas Salomon. Please come up. Still in grade 12, Carson Son, Liam Stagg, Andre Stevens, and Momoko Takaoka. It should be Andrew Stevens. In grade 11, Florence Aubé, Sherlan Doan, Joachim Etienne, Simonetta Gaumont et Trevor Grasby. Grade 11, William Laporte, Maude Poulain-Labelle, Jimena Martinez-Peon, Jessica Lozano, Guya Oma, Chloé Van Dyke et Mike Zhang. Now in grade 10, Alexis Bernier, Bethany Campbell, Shaylin Clark, Samuel Feldman et Amanda Guo. Karen Wang, Vincent Iluzzi, Martin Lefebvre, Miressa Makela, Alexandra Smith. Still in grade 10, Mackenzie Saint-Pierre, Audrey-Anne Veillette, Tyler Vosinek, Eric Wang, and Michael Shang. Now, students of grade 9. Tyler Carruthers, Dominique Hudon, Félix Filiatro, Patrick Charles Galland, Matthew Johnson, and Hugo Le Cavalier. Still grade 9, Banam Nguyen, Tort Nordgrave, Bradley Roy, Sumomo Susuta et Hélène Yudo. Now, in grade 7 and grade 8, Alexis Daniel, Sophia Farfan, Nicolas Pokora, Michael Wu et Lauralie Grenier. And now I would like to invite Mrs. Smith with the EDS certificates. Thank you.
I'm not as tall as him. Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to present the Headmaster's pins and certificates to students who are awarded two students who are awarded this award for their achievement and an overall average of 85% or better on the term report, and they have not received any unsatisfactory effort ratings. So starting with grade 12s, bear with me, the list is very long. Thomas Abbott, Loay Al-Rashdi, Kaylee Bowen, Beatrice Chemtov, Karine Chen, Angela Cheng, Shayla Coates. The next crew, Maya Daigle, Samuel DeGrasse, Stephanie Desjardins, Marley Godioso, Julia Guo. I'm not sure Sam has room on his lapels for any more. The next group, Brianna Grapes, Robert Hay. I have to wait. Misha Hubacek, Auntie Jara, Richard Legler, Jeffrey Liao. Alice Liu, Jean Manichi Wakajon, Angelina Mo, Durling Nguyen, Katie Petal, and Tony Tu. Okay. Moving into grade 11, Emmanuel Bernier, Alex Bim, Olivier Coutier-Fauché, Iris Wang. Bill Wang, Will Jacobs, Morgan Ireland, and Dixon Leung. Katia Lee, Coco Lee, Marianne Joiselle, and Paul Tang. To round out grade 11, Anna Thinfanga, Max Worster, and Helen Yao. In grade 10, Allison Barlow, Olivier Daniel, Amanda DeGrasse, Maya Goudreau. Henry Hawes, Camille Longchamp, Philippe Martel, Shaylin McFarlane. I know. And to round out grade 10, Kali Mustakalio, Emily Willis, and Patrick Young. In grade 9, Lucian Botten, Andrew Bouchard, Matthew Campbell, Catherine Foulem, Jeremy Gagnon, Oscar Haas, and Ivy Hu. And in grade 8, Andrew Bim, Naomi Lynn, Alexa Mondragon, Jaden Mullins, Richard Pan. And last but not least, Marianne Picard, Alyssa Shimada, Samuel Smith, Alicia Wang, and Ryan Young. Well done, all of you. And next up, I would like to invite Mr. Simard to announce the names for the sweaters.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not clapping. Thomas knows me well. Mr. Blair mentioned BC in his speech, and I am here to award the best certificates, the BC Awards, best certificates of achievement for all the awards awarded to students who have achieved the highest term average in their grade and have no unsatisfactory effort rating. So there are 7 people about to get these awards. ESL, Eto Murakami. Grade 7, also making Mr. Spurk go 2 for 2 here, Lorelei Grenier. Grade 8, Marianne Picard. Grade 9, Matthew Campbell. Bad placement. The last three we will call up all together, and as Mr. Blair was saying, sort of the tradition in an athletic assembly is to have a standing O, and we will have a standing O after these three are mentioned. Grade 10, Emily Willis. Grade 11, Alex Bim. And grade 12, Tony Tu. Congratulations to all. Now I'd ask Mr. Ryu, advisor of Kaylee Willett, to come up and speak to us.
It's a pleasure to be able to introduce Kayla Willett to all of you tonight. Kayla first arrived to Stanstead 5 years ago as a young grade 8. She's been a tremendous overall student athlete in 5 years here, playing soccer, basketball, rugby. Tremendously hardworking student, always flirting with heads and honors and close, and that one subject keeping her inconsistent, but always working hard nonetheless. A model student athlete for I think everyone in this room. Well-rounded, proof being a member of the school play a couple weeks ago. Fantastic performance. A friend to all, honest, cheery, maybe the most positive student, Sparty sometimes. A natural leader, someone always looking to do the right thing, unselfish, passionate Spartan, always happy, and a smile that could light up any room. Kayla Willett.
Thank you, Mr. Ryu. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Blair and Mr. Wolf for choosing us tonight to speak. 7 days, 168 hours to make a change. For who? Yourself and your school. Every day of every week, we are deemed to represent the face of our school. When I take a moment to think about it, I get goosebumps. I remind myself of the best moments at school. I get flashbacks of championships when I was wearing the school crest over my heart. Classmates from all across the world, dedicated teachers. It makes me realize that it will soon come to an end. Tell me if this is true. Once you enter the world of Stanstead College, you cannot compare it to anything else. From breakfast in LeBaron with friends, assemblies, sit-down lunches, late night house parties, lip sync, cafe cap, all campus activities, soccer, basketball, hockey, curling games. All those events create memories, friendships, and even family. 7 days, 1 week at Stanstead College. That's all it takes to be part of the school community. Remember your first week on campus? Well, now we're 8 months from those days. I can bet you that things have changed for you. Your grades improved, speaking English comes easier. You have new friends, you love a new sport, you play a new instrument. You are a true Spartan. 168 hours, the total hours in 1 week. Think of the amount of free time we have on campus. Not a lot. We are constantly entertained, busy, passing a ball around during practice, singing, getting prepared for variety show, doing calculus, physics, homework with classmates. You are a hardworking student athlete who balances academics, sports, and social life. The commitment you have been devoted to is going to pay off because being able to do all those things is difficult, and you are brave for doing it. Remember that. We face challenges like Thomas said earlier. Time management is a priority in order to be successful. We get overwhelmed more than once. We make mistakes. We're tired. But we have to remember that hard work will always pay off. Always trying to better yourself at any task you are willing to do will pay off. I swear. For the ones who are very close to being on honors or heads, you are getting there. I can tell you because I've been trying for so long. You are handed an opportunity simply by attending the school. Yet, I think you can always do more for your school and for yourself. From what I have learned all through my years at Stanstead is that getting involved can only be beneficial. I encourage you to enhance the challenges and to learn more about yourself. I experienced wonderful things that some people didn't. And this year, especially this year, Thomas and I have done things for you guys that you probably cannot see, but we are trying very hard to improve the school for you. Those opportunities, seize them. Not everyone gets to have that. Take some chances to make a change for our school. Start a project, a club, bring out new ideas for the school. I think your voice matters and you can accomplish great things by trying to set a foot out of your comfort zone. There are barely 2 months of school left, and I think it's important to set yourself a goal in order to achieve what you've been working so hard for. Like I was saying earlier, if you are very close to getting what you want, to being on honors or on heads, keep doing the extra of everything that can make a difference. Ask for help. Pose more questions in class and try to participate. It's not too late. I admire the passion, the devotion, and kindness that teachers, directors, staff, and parents have. They sacrifice everything to make this school so prominent. They are committed as well as we are all succeeding and improving, whether it is on the field or in the classroom. I think we all take little details for granted and we forget to be thankful for all the remarkable things we have. For myself, every day I learn that people are there to support me and are willing to sacrifice even some of their time for me. I want to remind you that people around you want to assure you to have the best and full experience at Stanstead College. You stand a chance to better yourself, your school, our little community. You are given multiple opportunities, and it's your choice to seize them and to make a difference. From the bottom of my heart, and I hope yours also, Stanstead College is a very special place, and I never forget to appreciate every day. Every week you have left, because time flies. I want to congratulate all the prize winners and for you who I know you are so close to reaching your goal. I wish everyone the best success for the last bit of the year. I know we can all do it. We're all in this together. Thank you.
Well, can you do that? Better. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Thomas. Congratulations to all those who received certificates. With only about 6 weeks to go, make the extra effort. Don't let good enough be good enough. Have a good end to the year. Please stand.